Classrooms today are noisier than the past. They're noisier in terms of the kinds of instruction that's going on. Teachers using small group instruction, so you have kids that are interacting with each other.
We have a lot more technology in the classrooms now, computers, keyboards, people are clicking away, and so there are more instructional equipment.
A lot of times you have a copy machine sitting in the corner, you've got computers, you have printers. All of those things add an awful lot of sound that didn't exist 5, 10, 15 years ago. All of the noise from all the fans, I've got 26 computers in a room. And every computer, regardless of how quiet they might be individually, collectively, that's an awful lot of sound to talk over.
So it's really important that the teacher has the ability to communicate over all that without, having it sound like they're out in the middle of a football stadium and all that type of noise.
In today's high-tech interactive classrooms, the need for teachers to have their instruction heard has become one of the major challenges facing our schools.
One of the things that we have found in actually measuring noise levels in classrooms is that they are extremely noisy environments that actually can be counterproductive to effective learning on the part of the students in those environments.
Children don't listen like adults because they don't have the neurological completeness and they don't have the data files to be able to do auditory cognitive closure.
So they have to listen more precisely than an adult who is a competent user of the language in order to process what is being said to them.
Even if the child has completely typical hearing, even then, they need a quieter room and a louder signal.
There's a lot of distraction that goes on in a classroom setting. Often we have things going on outside the classroom.
Along with the kids, they're much more vocal these days. There's other kinds of impacts of noise, and we pay particular attention to noise from HVAC system, for noise in the street, and other things.
Architects and facility planners are aware of the ANSI standards and are designing in acoustic treatments that are making a difference. However, even when acoustic standards are met, the teacher's location and distance from the students is still an issue. The inverse square law dramatically affects the level of learning in today's interactive classrooms. As the student's distance away from the teacher is doubled, the intensity of that vocal signal is decreased by 50%. So a student seated 3 feet from the teacher will hear the spoken instruction clearly. Double the distance to 6 feet, and the student will hear the teacher at only half volume, missing some soft consonant sounds. Double the distance to 12 feet, and the student will have difficulty hearing the instructions, as classroom noise may, in fact, be louder than the teacher's voice.
If we want kids to focus on the lesson that their teacher is presenting, we want them to not have to put so much energy into actually hearing what's being said and more energy into understanding what's being said.
In planning schools of today, it's critical that we look at the emerging technologies that are coming into education right now.
One technology that's been extremely effective is sound field amplification.
A sound amplification system improves the speech-to-noise ratio in a classroom so every child hears clearly the spoken instruction.
So I started using classroom amplification in my program 6 years ago. Once we started using the system, I found that students paid attention a whole lot better. I didn't have to keep repeating the same thing over and again for the people in the back of the room.
I firmly believe that classroom amplification is one of the strongest tools to be used in clear instruction for our students. It is simple. It's clean, it's direct, and it's so easy to implement.
I don't think people understand or realize how much teachers use their voice and how much energy that takes. With the amplification system, they're able to project, teach, do everything that they can possibly do to the best of their ability in an easier way.
An infrared classroom amplification system consists of a receiver amplifier, a wireless microphone, an infrared sensor, and speakers. The microphone is worn by the teacher, whose voice is amplified throughout the classroom, so every child hears every word, regardless of where they're seated or where the teacher is standing. Use of a classroom amplification system greatly enhances the ability to teach students in a more effective, sustainable, and less stressful way.
By integrating our technology with our facilities right from the get-go, it gives the architects, the engineers, very clear standards in terms of what we want and what we want included in every classroom.
We're integrating all of our technology into the classroom. So we have taken our interactive whiteboards, the DVD, the VCR, the closed circuit TV, the cable from outside, and then we've connected it to the classroom amplification. So that gives a surround sound effect.
I can have a student present what they're doing through my console, so their work is on the smartboard. So by being able to hand them the second microphone, then that kid is now able to present their ideas and explain to the rest of the class what they've done and how they've done it. So it really works well as far as being able to share things and have students teach students, which I think is huge.
Over 15 years of research by the U.S. Department of Education and other studies have concluded that a classroom amplification system not only allows students to hear the teacher significantly better, but test scores improve, classroom attention and participation increases, reading skills and comprehension improve. Teachers report less stress and vocal strain. Classroom management and word recognition by ELL students improves dramatically.
Classroom amplification systems we thought would really enhance the ability for these students to acquire English language. And indeed, that's true. We're very, very focused on student achievement and the No Child Left Behind Act. Our literacy skills, our ability to decode, all of that is enhanced by this amplification system.
It's really a slick system. It's easy to use. It doesn't get in the way. I'm not fumbling around with buttons or anything like that. Everything goes through one system. So I set the volume at the beginning of a term, and that's it.
The productivity of the classroom teacher is really enhanced, and they feel very, very strongly that that technology is really making a big difference. It's getting their students to a different level of learning.
And I can't imagine teaching without it, and I don't think I would want to.
So the amplification systems allow us to teach the material that we're supposed to teach and get students to get it in a much shorter period of time. It improves student learning, and that's what it's supposed to be about.
The bottom line is the kids, and the kid has to learn and they have to hear what's going on to be able to do that.
Hearing is the primary channel for learning, and the more children hear, the better they learn.
We've got better teachers, we've got kids who are achieving more, we have happy parents, and as an administrator, I'm thrilled as well. So there's no reason that we shouldn't have an amplification system in every classroom, and we're going to work towards that goal.
Sometimes simple solutions are overlooked. This easy-to-use technology is now recognized as one of the most powerful and cost-effective tools for enhancing the learning environment and improving academic performance. Classroom amplification is a simple concept with proven and powerful results. We at Lightspeed believe students who are listening are learning, and we are committed to providing educators with the latest listening enhancement solutions to help ensure student success. For additional information or to speak with a Lightspeed representative in your area, please contact Lightspeed Technologies.